Hi everyone, and welcome back to Kimbo's Comfort Kitchen. Guess what? Apparently I've been making my filet mignon the wrong way for all these years. Well, maybe wrong is a bit harsh. Last year I spoke to a recent grad from in Paris, and apparently they've changed the protocol for the French method for doing tenderloin. I was taught that you start with the filet on the stove top and then finish in the oven. Now apparently they teach the opposite, so obviously I had to try it out. Guess what? It is awesome. Better crust and just as juicy. So this is what I'm going to show you today. Just a couple of things before we get going though. Remember, the details are what separate a good dish from an awesome dish. Okay, number one, put your steaks out at least 30 minutes prior to cooking. Preheat your oven to 350 or 175. I see many recipes call for 400 or 205 centigrade. For the oven, I prefer 350 for just a bit longer. You'll also notice that I use a 1-inch thick cut instead of a baseball or 2-inch cut. This gives me better control of the doneness throughout, and I prefer an even pink color all the way through, just like a good steakhouse achieves. Now, I also use avocado oil instead of olive or canola. It has a higher smoke point, and apparently it's healthier. Please, please, please don't stab your steak with an instant read thermometer. If you follow my recipe, you won't need it, and it saves you from letting all that juicy goodness from running out. You'll also see at the end of the dish that I'm making today all the different sides. I'm going to have separate recipes and videos for all of these in other episodes. So let's get started and make a melt in your mouth crusted filet mignon. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Kimbo's Comfort Kitchen for more recipes, videos, tips, and hacks. Okay everyone, we're ready to go now. So here we're going to take a look at these two beautiful fillets, and I'm going to put them, douse them with some avocado oil. Just rub them liberally. Make sure everything's covered with that. I'm going to rinse my hand off. So next we are going to sprinkle pepper on it and some seasoning salt. And again, be liberal with it. That's what's going to form the crust. That works great. I'm going to rub it in a bit. Now, I'm going to take a tray out of the oven, which has been set at 350. Not convection for those that have it. It's pretty straightforward. And put it in 350 for exactly 13 minutes. And you know what? That's it for now. It's going to be fine. All right, we're now down to the last seconds of the countdown. We're about to hit 13 minutes in the oven. As soon as the alarm goes off, like that, I'm going to pull these fillet out. Okay. Look, and now I'm going to put some bacon fat onto a sizzling cast iron skillet, and I'm also going to turn the fan on, so you're going to hear some background noise because you can see the smoke that's coming out. I like to add a little bit of bacon fat for the searing quality, not to mention the flavors. You get added to that. And I might even turn that up a bit. So I'm going to let that sit. Okay, for the next minute, 2 minutes. And then I'm going to flip it when I get a nice crust. You'll be able to see that afterward. And through the magic of video, we will be right back. Hi. So now we've got the second sear going. I'm going to take these two fillets, get them down both sides, take a good look. Doesn't look like much now, but when you cut it in, they're going to be amazing. So I'm going to finish all the other components, and we'll be right back afterwards, okay? So the moment of truth. I've now got all the other components ready. We have asparagus that are done in a balsamic vinegar. I've got mushrooms, which have been done with pesto and garlic. We've got caramelized onions on top of the steak, and I have a white truffle mashed potato. And to finish it off, we're going to take some béarnaise and put that on the asparagus, which, as most of us know, tastes really good with the steak as well. So now for the moment of truth. Let's cut into this and let's see how the steak came out. So this is a filet mignon or tenderloin, and I did my job well. There you go. And let's have a taste. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but that's like butter. It is so good. I can hardly wait to get into all the other compounds of this. Filet mignon, bulletproof. You do it like this, it'll always be awesome. Anyway, see you soon. Kimbo's Comfort Kitchen.